Parama Ekadashi. The glories of Parama Ekadashi, which occurs during the waning moon on an extra leap year month, are described by Lord Krishna to Maharaj Yudhisthira. Maharaj Yudhisthira said, "O my Lord, what is the name of the Ekadashi which occurs during the waning moon on an extra leap year month, and what is the procedure for observing this Ekadashi?" Lord Krishna replied, "O King, the name of this Ekadashi is Parama Ekadashi. This auspicious Ekadashi destroys all one's sinful reactions and awards one material enjoyment and liberation. The procedure for observing this Ekadashi is the same as I have already described to you. One should worship the Supreme Lord, who is the master of all beings, on this Ekadashi. Now please hear an enchanting story which I had heard from the sages in the city of Kampilya. There was a pious Brahmin named Sumedha who lived in the city of Kampilya and who had a chaste wife named Pavitra. But due to some sinful activities, this Brahmin became poor. He could not earn his livelihood even by begging. Eventually he had no food to eat, no cloth to wear, and no place to sleep. Nevertheless, his young beautiful wife faithfully served him. Often she had to remain hungry for the sake of serving a guest. In spite of often remaining hungry, her face did not become pale. She never told her husband about this. But upon seeing that his wife was becoming weaker day by day, the Brahmin condemned himself and said to his sweet-speaking wife, "O dear one, although I have tried to beg from the most influential people, I did not get anything. Now tell me, what should I do? Should I go to a foreign country to earn wealth? I may get something there if I am fortunate. Without enthusiasm, no work is successful. That is why intelligent persons always praise the enthusiasm of the people." After hearing these words of her husband, Sumedha, the beautiful-eyed Pavitra, said to him with folded hands and tears in her eyes, "There is no one more intelligent than you. Whatever we do and whatever we achieve in this world is due to our previous deeds. If one has no piety accumulated from his previous life, he cannot attain anything, however hard he may try. If a person distributes knowledge or wealth in his previous life, he attains similar things in this life. O best of the Brahmins, it seems that neither you nor I gave any charity to a suitable candidate in our previous lives, and that is why both of us will have to stay here together. O Lord, I cannot remain without you, even for a movement. Moreover, if you go, then people will call me unfortunate, an unfortunate person, and will condemn me. Therefore, please be happy. With whatever wealth you can collect here, you will certainly achieve happiness in this country only." Upon hearing these words of his wife, the Brahmin dropped his plan to go to a foreign country. One day, by providence, the great sage Kaundinya Muni came there. As soon as Sumedha saw him, he and his wife became joyful and offered their obeisances to the sage. He offered an asana to the sage and worshipped him properly. He said, "O great sage, today our lives have become successful, for we have received your darshan." Then the couple fed the sage according to their ability. Then the wife of the Brahmin asked, "O learned sage, what is the means of destroying poverty? Without giving any charity, how can one get wealth, education, and so on? My husband wanted to go to a foreign country in order to earn wealth, but I have stopped him from this act. It is indeed our good fortune that you have come here. By your mercy, our poverty will certainly be destroyed. Now please instruct us so that our poverty will be destroyed." After hearing these words from Pavitra, the great sage Kaundinya said, "There is an auspicious Ekadashi which occurs during the waning moon on the extra leap year month. This Ekadashi is very dear to the Lord, and it is known as Parama Ekadashi. This Ekadashi vanquishes one's sinful reactions, material miseries, and poverty. By observing this Ekadashi, a person certainly becomes prosperous. The sacred Ekadashi was first observed by Kuvera. As a result of this, Lord Shiva became pleased and awarded him the benediction of becoming very rich. By observing it, this Ekadashi, King Harishchandra regained his kingdom and wife, who he once sold out. O beautiful-eyed one, you should also observe this Ekadashi. Lord Krishna continued, O Pandava, after happily and affectionately describing the topics of Parama Ekadashi, Kaundinya Muni described the auspicious vow known as Pancharatri. By serving the Pancharatri vow, one attains liberation. One should begin to serve the Pancharatri vow from the day of Parama Ekadashi with proper rules and regulations. Anyone who, according to his ability, fasts for 5 days beginning from Parama Ekadashi goes back to the abode of Lord Vishnu along with his father, mother and wife. One who eats only once a day during these 5 days becomes free from all sinful reactions and goes to the spiritual world. According to the instructions of Kaundinya Muni, both husband and wife duly observed this Parama Ekadashi. When the vow of Ekadashi and Pancharatri were completed, a prince from the royal palace came there. Being inspired by Lord Brahma, the prince offered them a new house, decorated with beautiful royal furniture. He also gave a cow to the Brahmin for their livelihood, and after praising the Brahmin couple, the prince left. As a result of this, the prince returned to the abode of Vishnu at the end of his life. As the Brahmins are best among the human beings, as the cows are best among the four-legged animals, as Indra is the best among the demigods, similarly the leap year month is the best among all the months. Within this month, the 2 Ekadashis named Padmini and Parama are most dear to Lord Hari. If after receiving a human form of life one does not observe Ekadashi, then he never attains any happiness throughout the 8,400,000 species of life. Rather, he suffers unlimited miseries. By virtue of great piety, one obtains a human birth. Therefore, one should certainly observe the vow of Ekadashi. After hearing the glories of this Ekadashi, Maharaj Yudhishthira, along with his wife and brothers, observed the sacred Ekadashi.